From the very first time my heart recognized yours, something inside me shifted. I was no longer living for myself, no longer carrying dreams just for the sake of my own name. Every choice, every step, every path I walk now has only one destination: you. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because what is the worth of a prince's crown if it cannot protect the one he loves? What is the weight of power, if it cannot be used to build a life where you never have to feel fear? I have lived among walls of expectations, surrounded by voices that tried to shape my destiny into something cold, something empty, something made of stone. But you, your existence, burned those walls down. You gave me a reason to fight, not as a prince, but as a man whose soul belongs to only one person. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because in every dream of tomorrow, it is always your face I see, your laughter I hear, your touch I crave. The world may never understand. They will call me reckless, blind, weak for letting love outweigh duty. But they do not know how heavy silence feels without you. They do not know how meaningless victory is if your hand is not there to hold it with me. They do not know the strength I find in simply imagining your smile. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and I will decide it again and again until time itself ends. Even if storms rise against me, even if kingdoms fall apart, I will not turn back. You are not a passing thought, not a fleeting desire. You are the very reason my heart still beats. And if history remembers me as anything, let it be as a man who gave up everything yet gained eternity in your love. Why, baby, I decided it for you. Why, baby, I chose this road not because it was easy, but because it was yours. Every thorn that cuts me, every stone that bruises my feet, every burden that bends my shoulders, say accept them willingly, because at the end of this path, it is you who waits. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because my soul has already been claimed by your existence. I do not brave for the throne, I do not rise for the crown, I do not fight for the world's praise, I do it all for you. There are moments when I stand before the mirror and see the weight of a prince staring back at me. The crown, the robes, the duties, they are all heavy, but none of them compare to the heaviness of imagining life without you. That weight would break me, destroy me, hollow me into nothing. And so I carry this crown, I fight these wars, I silence the voices of doubt, not for the glory they bring but for the chance to protect what matters most. Why, baby, I decided it for you. You know what gives me strength? It is not the armies that march under my banner, nor the respect that echoes in the halls of kings. My strength is in the memory of your touch, the way your eyes hold me steady even when the world feels like it is crumbling. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because every battle won without you is nothing more than an empty victory, and every battle lost with you beside me would still feel like triumph. The world will test me. It already has. They whisper that I am blinded by love, that I risk too much, that no prince should stake everything on one heart. But what they fail to understand is that I have already lived a life without you, and that life was not living, it was survival, hollow and lifeless. Since you entered my world, I have learned what it means to truly exist. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because I would rather be remembered as a fool in love than a king without a soul. And so, when history speaks of me, let it not speak of my crown, nor of my wars, nor of my victories. Let it speak of this decision, this vow, this truth that will never die. My baby, I decided it for you, and for you alone. Why, baby, I decided it for you. Why, baby, I do not think you will ever truly understand the depth of these words, not until you place your hand on my chest and feel how every beat calls only for you. When I whisper them, they are not merely letters strung together, they are the weight of my very soul, pressed into a single vow. All that I am, all that I could ever become, is tied to this decision. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because the moment you became mine in my heart, I could no longer separate myself from you. My destiny was once written in the ink of kingdoms, but now it is written in the rhythm of your breath. I have walked through golden halls, where people bowed to me, yet not one of those bows has ever warmed me the way your single glance does. I have held treasures, crowns, gifts from distant lands, but none of them have ever felt as precious as the thought of your hand resting in mine. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because what good is all this wealth, this name, this endless reverence, if I must endure it without you by my side? There are nights when the world sleeps, and I remain awake, pacing floors worn down by the steps of men who came before me. They carved their stories into the stones of history, wars won, lands conquered, kingdoms expanded. But when my time comes to be remembered, I want my story to be different. I do not want them to speak only of victories or battles. I want them to say, he was the prince who gave up everything, not for glory, not for power, but for love. My baby, I decided it for you, because if there is one thing I wish to leave behind, it is the truth that love is greater than any crown. And yes, I have been tested. The world has stood against me, questioning, doubting, condemning. They call me reckless, they call me weak, they call me blind. But they do not see what I see. They have never looked into your eyes, and found their whole eternity staring back. They have never heard your voice and felt it mend every fracture inside them. They have never known what it means to carry someone in the very fabric of their soul. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because their judgment cannot weigh heavier than your love. Sometimes I wonder if you realize how much of me belongs to you already. Every morning I rise with your name hidden in the silence of my prayers, and every night I fall asleep with your image shaping my dreams. Even in the chaos of battles and councils, where countless voices demand my focus, I still hear you, louder than them all. You are the anchor in my storm, the light in my darkness, the peace in my unrest. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because I could never bear to be a man without your presence guiding me. And if the world chooses to strip me of everything, my crown, my kingdom, my name, let them take it. Let them call me nothing, let them cast me aside. As long as I still have the right to call you mine, I remain richer than any king who ever lived. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and no force in this world, no law of man, no threat of fate, can ever undo that. Would you like me to keep building it into longer and longer endless paragraphs like this, almost like a never-ending royal diary of love, or should I turn it into one giant continuous piece without breaks, like a speech flowing straight from his heart? Why, baby, I decided it for you. My baby, when I speak these words, I do not speak them lightly, for they are carved into me deeper than blood, stronger than bone. My whole life was prepared for me, before I could even dream for myself, paths laid out, choices stolen, duty written in my very name. I was never meant to decide anything for myself. Yet the first time my heart knew yours, I felt the chains fall. For the first time, I looked at destiny, and told it no. For the first time, I turned from the path built for a prince and chose the path built for a man in love. My baby, I decided it for you, because you are the only decision that was ever truly mine, the only choice I will never regret, the only truth I will never deny. I have seen halls of marble and gold, glittering with the weight of kingdoms. I have been bowed to, saluted, praised by men who swear loyalty with their mouths, while their hearts remain empty. I have seen the faces of power, I have tasted the cold flavor of control, but none of it ever fed my soul. All of it felt like emptiness disguised as glory. But then you came, and with a single glance, you filled every hollow place inside me. The treasures of this world felt worthless beside your smile. The sound of drums, of trumpets, of men cheering for victory, all faded when compared to the sound of your voice. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because all the riches of the earth could not weigh more in my heart than the memory of your touch. There are nights I walk alone under the moon, and I feel the weight of silence pressing against me. The world thinks a prince never fears, never aches, never bends. But the truth is, I am bent, I am weary, I am tired of being everything to everyone. And yet, when I think of you, when I see your face in my mind's eye, strength returns to me like a flood. You are the reason I rise again when the weight should crush me. You are the reason I keep fighting when my soul wants rest. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because you are not just a part of my life, you are the reason I have won. And yes, they talk. They whisper of betrayal to duty, of blindness, of weakness.